Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra is what we're playing today. And let me just tell you, this being my first time playing it, right out of the gate, this intro with these models, I cannot wait to see if this is what the game looks like. Very promising. So immediately we're thrown into the tutorial, and as you will see, the tutorial is actually extremely good at showing you the mechanics and also a reason to stay hooked. And of course, later on, my very first match, you'll definitely want to stick around for that. It was insane. No spoilers because it just goes, yeah, not gonna say. So anyways, right out the gate, you get Beerus, Whis as your trainers. And when you walk, and if you go fast, their running is basically flying. And then this is what already hooked me, like fighting the enemies and seeing that Dragon Ball classic fighting animation. I was like, yo. Then you start unlocking like other MOBAs. So if you don't know what a MOBA is, we're talking like Dota, League of Legends, etc. Usually how those games work and how this game works is there's towers, there's lanes, there's defenses, there's a goal, and you unlock skills and gain points. So we got the Kamehameha, which feels fantastic to use. My only gripe with it, since it is a mobile game, would be like the aiming. It's a little tricky with the Kamehameha. Otherwise, pure perfection. And then, of course, this poor guy is going to get obliterated because, look, we got the freaking spirit bomb being dropped on him like a house, which, again, incredible job with the animations, the attack references, that transformation, so sick. Very quick, very short, very impactful. And then look at the damage of the Kamehameha now, or any of the attacks. It's insane. Like, it leaves a giant freaking dirt trail. It just obliterates enemies. Yeah, incredible. So here is our first fight against one of the main characters, Vegeta, of course. You know, the old rivalry. And yeah, that was a blast. Oh my goodness, blew him away with the Kamehameha. So sick. So here's our first tower, as you would call it, one of the lanes, and they are God of Destructions, which I thought was really interesting. And also really interesting, you can't just go into their domain because they'll clap you. But if Zeno comes along and hits them with this hammer, then you can go in and start doing some damage to get them out of there. So interesting mechanic. I thought there was like a thing to make Zeno appear. Now he just kind of follows slowly and he comes and he starts whacking them. And then that's your chance to go in there and get some damage done. So really interesting mechanic they got going there. And then, of course, giant fight out here to get the Dragon Ball. Because, yeah, I think having the Dragon Ball as the goal, amazing. Dude, again, Spirit Bomb. Look at the size damage of that thing. So freaking accurate, so rad. And, of course, you know, you win the training. And then you get this little thing at the end. And now we get to unlock a character. Now, these are the free characters that you can unlock within game. I'm pretty sure the rest are pay. I haven't gotten that far, so we'll see. And of course, I had to go with Super Saiyan Kale. I might be saying that wrong. Kel, I think. Kel, yeah, it sounds more accurate. Dragon Ball's very vegetable when it comes to naming their characters. So of course, I had to go with the Kel Berserk mode character because I just thought they looked so rad. Plus, they're an offense character. And I don't care to do defense or support or any of that. I just love being offensive as a role in almost any game. So, yeah, I had to go with that character. I thought this intro with the characters coming in the teams, amazing. So sick. Again, you get a close-up of the character models, and they just look so freaking good. And see, that's what I'm saying about characters that I'm pretty sure you got to pay for. You got Kid Goku, you got Cell, you got Baby, which look fantastic. And Cell, coming up in this match, not going to ruin it, but you're going to want to stay tuned. It's good stuff. So we start out the gate, we start racking up points, you know, killing some of these smaller enemies. I started following Trunks because I'm like, hey, I don't really know the map. I don't really know how these games go. This is my first game. So I'm going to follow this person because they kind of look like they know what they're doing. So gonna go ahead and follow them, but then I lost the track of them. So I was like, all right. However, then I ended up running into Cell, and then I don't know if you noticed, but at the beginning of the match, it gives you like these boosts, and our boost specifically was if you're both together with a teammate, you do more damage if you're focusing on the same target. So this poor Bojack just got absolutely slaughtered by me and Cell's team up. So poor guy, he didn't stand a chance. And then Baby came in a little late, and so poor Baby also didn't stand a chance. Got blown away, man. And then, yeah, so we come here, we can't do anything, got destruction, Zeno comes, gives him a smack, and then we're like, all right, cool, let's start doing some damage. Very short-lived, because then again, our friend Bojack is back for revenge. He actually got a pretty decent attack right out the gate. So, at this point, I'm like, I don't know if I should retreat, but it's kind of too late. I'm already in it. The cell's still going. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to start retreating. And then, if you notice, Cell Juniors started to appear. I think that's just part of the way that the map works. As the game progresses, more enemies and more things will appear. By the way, if you know anything that I don't know about this game, if you're like a veteran and you've been playing this, leave all the tips down below. I could use any and every freaking tip. I'm brand new to this. It's my first time. So yeah, just if you got anything that I should know, leave it down below. And Santa hopefully did not give you a cold. Okay, now when you go to your tower, you can heal, which is great. So I went over there, healed, and then, oh, what do you know, my boy Cell came back. And just in time, because Baby was going to try to make a move. Sorry, Baby, you messed up, because we're on you, dog. You're out of here. Boom, very quick, very fast. Goodbye. So sorry. So bad. And then we're going. And now, oh, it's our friend Bojack. He uses his, I think that's his super move, dude. Because it did so much damage. I stayed in it, though. I was going to retreat, but thankfully I didn't. I did there a little bit at the end. But enough damage that we were able to take him out together. So, and then, of course, we go back, and there's Baby. And we're like, all right, Baby, get out of here. I don't know what you're doing. You're gone. Then we started racking up points with Cell Juniors because they're fantastic. Now that I think about it, I don't know if that was Baby. I think it might have just been a Cell Junior. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments what you saw. I go back to my tower here, and I'm like, I need to heal. And this was one of my biggest mistakes. I did not realize that Berserk Super Saiyan mode for Kel is temporary. I thought it was going to be like any other Super Saiyan transformation, and that it was going to be permanent. Oh boy, how I was wrong. So then I was disappointed, because I'm like, great, I just used my ultimate, and I didn't even realize that you have to, or at least with certain characters like Kel, or maybe all characters actually, I don't know. I haven't played the game long enough to really know. I just figured because I was Super Saiyan in the tutorial the whole time, that's how it works for all characters. But I could be wrong. We'll have to see. So that was like a mistake on my part. And I come back here, rack up some more points, and I'm a level 7 at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what the tap out level is, but at this point, I was feeling pretty strong. I'm like, oh, you know what? My damage, everything, pretty good. Here, my teammate's just clapping cheeks over there, so while he's doing that, I'm like, all right, I'm going to take out the God of Destruction. And so I just started spamming all these different moves, and that's so cool that it's the clown guy. Like, how rad is that? And then I managed to get off a... I was hoping it was a Super Saiyan Berserk, but I forgot. That's still on cooldown. If you notice, my boy is now perfect freaking Cell. So, like, that's a huge part of the reason why they were having such a difficult time with him. And also, if you notice, I don't think he's got a temporary transformation. I'm like 90% sure his, unlike mine, is permanent. Now, the only reason I could think that that is the case is I imagine that Berserk is just so strong that they're like, yeah, we don't want... And the reason I went Berserk there against Nappa is because usually in a lot of these games, when there's like a special character or something in the middle, your team or yourself gains like a boost attribute. So I figured might as well use this now. I don't know what it gave us, but I figured it would be good. And I think it was because here we are. Look at me against baby. Baby stands no chance. Poor baby. Run away, baby. Uh, Obviously, baby didn't get a chance to evolve. And then, bam! Trunks secured the Dragon Ball. And that is the win. That is a wrap. Let me know what you thought about this. Like, follow, sub for more. Thank you so much for watching. And I am going to see you on the next one. Peace.